Hey guys, it's Friday, and I know for a lot of you that means, oh, like finally, it's finally the weekend. I can take a deep breath. I had a really stressful week. I had a lot going on. But I think a lot of you kind of think this way almost every single week. You're just starting your week off. You say, Monday, I'm coming in strong. I'm going to set my goals. I'm going to write in my planner, and I'm going to have this whole game plan that I'm going to follow. And, the bolts kind of come loose as the week goes on. As your stress increases. And I feel like a big reason that this is just because a lot of people aren't able to continuously do like what they want to do because they let their stress build throughout the week. And so I think like one of the best ways to like prevent this is how you talk to yourself. And I feel like a lot of people struggle with this, myself included. You look at every single thing that you have to do during the day or during the week, or your responsibilities as something that you have to do. But most of the time, your responsibilities are actually a privilege. It's something that you get to do. So I think all of us, myself included, need to constantly work on how we talk to ourselves. We don't have to do our laundry. We get to do our laundry. We don't have to do our dishes. We get to do our dishes. We don't have to make our bed. We get to make our bed. All these things that often seem like responsibilities, and things that we have to do are actually, they're actually blessings. They're things that we're lucky that we're able to do. But this doesn't just go with your daily chores. This goes with the gym. This goes with your goals. This goes with your short and long-term goals. This goes with everything in your life. So, how would you apply that to the gym? A lot of times people are like, oh, I have to hit legs. It's like, well, you look at your body, and I guarantee often more times than not, legs are something that you need to improve. So you look at it as like an opportunity, like, yes, this is a weak point of mine. I'm so lucky I get to go in today. I'm healthy. I get to go attack something and improve something where I've been struggling. I'm not trying to give you some cheesy pep talk. I just think, that is a big, big reason why a lot of people fall off from their goals at the end of the week. It's because they let their stress build because they talk to themselves negatively. So the more positively you can look at things that you get to do, the less stressed you're going to be by Friday, and the less that you're going to feel like you need a reset. And if you're only following your goals and your responsibilities Monday through Friday, and then it gets to Friday afternoon off work, and then Saturday, Sunday, you just do whatever you want, and then you say, oh, Monday I'm going to get back on track. Well, do the math, whatever that is, 70%. If you're only following your plan 70% of the time, that's not a very good grade. You're not going to make it as far as you want to. So, a big thing that I've been trying to adopt is that nobody ever gets rich working their 9 to 5. And like, what do I mean by that? So you look at it, every single person has a job that they're going to from their 9 to 5. But what actually gets people rich or successful or ahead in life is what they're doing outside of that 9 to 5. Your 9 to 5 is what's required. You're never going to get ahead in life just doing what's required. What you do outside of the time that's required is what's going to get you ahead. So, you can look at your weekend as your time to relax, so you can sit back and then you can attack, your work day on Monday. Or you can say, oh man, I have all this free time. Instead of going to the bars to drink, or going to hang out with my friends, or, saying, look, I'm not rich. I'm not where I want to be in life. I don't have a house. I don't have a new car. Okay. How am I going to get that? Well, maybe I learn a new hobby. Social media nowadays, you can make money doing anything. What is your passion? Maybe you wanted to learn another language, download Duolingo. My point being is just, you have to be multifaceted. Nobody has ever become rich, or gotten ahead in life just having one main thing that they're good at. Hone in on that one skill, keep working at it, and then get good at something else. So for me personally, what am I doing to like improve in those areas? I'm reading a book. I'm teaching myself Japanese. I'm not very good at it, but if I say I devote 15 minutes every single day for a whole year, I'm sure I will know a decent amount. I'm studying for the GMAT. I want to go back to grad school, so that's a big goal of mine. I've started 2 companies, so I'm constantly working on those for maybe like an hour a day. I'm bodybuilding. I'm improving my body. Those are all the things I'm doing outside of my 9 to 5. I'm not saying I'm some millionaire, but like I'm planting the seeds. And I'm sacrificing short-term fun. I'm not going out on the weekends and drinking and being stupid. I'm planting the seeds for the long-term future. Bodybuilding could make me money one day. Being in business, if I go to grad school, I get a job in finance, and then I know how to speak Japanese too. That could get me into international business, and open a whole multitude of doors for me. Japan's a place I've always wanted to go. I don't think I could see myself living there, but if I was doing, business between a U.S. and a Japanese company, or even translating between them, helping deals being made, that would be huge. That sets me apart from other people. So, be creative, find something that you find fun. I'm never saying never take time off or enjoy yourself, but, the more that you're doing to set yourself ahead, the more your future you will thank you. So practice many different things, try different things out. You might find something that you might try something and have this newfound ability or love for something that you would have never imagined. Stepping outside of your comfort zone and forcing yourself to try things that maybe you would have never done before, are what's going to actually make you grow. Maybe you lift weights and you're super tight, so you say, hey, I don't like to stretch, but I'm going to go join a yoga class. It's going to be fun. There's going to be girls there. Maybe I'll make some new friends. Just try something out. You never know. I also want to follow it by saying this, though. Don't put your eggs into too many baskets. If you're trying to spread out like what you're doing across many different things, that can be overwhelming too. So try a few different things at first, because you don't want to be a jack of all trades and a master of none. And I've definitely found myself doing this, picking up many different hobbies, trying to excel in all of them. And what you find out is that like you have more on your plate than you can chew, and it actually kind of backfires. But what does this all lead back to? It's the fact that if you want to separate yourself from everyone else, you have to do more than what everybody else is doing. Don't feel satisfied by saying, hey, I did a good job at work this week. Like, guess what? That is what you're supposed to be doing. Don't feel like you deserve a pat on the back for doing what you're supposed to be doing. Demand more of yourself, ask more of yourself. Say, what am I doing? Maybe even write this down on a piece of paper. Say, like, look at like the things that you do like in your life. And if you can honestly say the only genuine thing that like you're doing is like hanging out with your girlfriend and working your 9 to 5, then look, you are not taking advantage of life. Like, there's so much more out there than this little bubble that you've created, this little world that you've lived in. Don't play life safe. Take risks, take adventures, step outside your comfort zone and grow. And how are you going to be able to do so many different things? Well, you have to talk to yourself positively, tell yourself that you can do it, know your worth, know who you are. And if you don't like or who you are, and if you look at yourself and you say, wow, I actually haven't done a lot, well, great. Guess what? There's still 9 months left in the year. You have plenty of time to turn it around. Let's get to it. Stop wasting fucking time. Let's go. Yo, real quick, before I show you this training video, I know I look tired as hell, and I still look tired as hell. I was up late last night, and I got back late, so yeah, don't judge me. Okay. So, before I start any workout, I actually, like, a lot of times will do the workout without even touching the weights. So, for this, it's an incline, just chest press. But if you don't have the proper, like, mind to muscle connection, you're not actually going to be getting as much out of the workout as you could be. So, a lot of times, I will actually start the workout without even touching the weight. I will just imagine in my head, literally holding the weight, pushing and squeezing, and imagining in my head, literally manifesting what I'm going to do on this. If you can't do it without the weight, how could you expect to do it with the weight? So, I'll just do a couple like air reps, just start thinking about it. Then I'll go, you never want to go into your first motion without a proper warm-up. So I'll start my workout with usually like super lightweight. So on this, I'm doing almost like the full stack. This goes to like 270 pounds. But on my first just set, I'll do like 90 to 100 pounds, super slow, super controlled, getting the joints loose and just getting some blood into the muscles before I actually start. And when I'm doing this movement, Um, like I'm literally, obviously, like I'm thinking about squeezing the muscle, but the biggest thing, there's actually a few things that I've been able to change that have seriously like improved the growth of my chest over this past year. I used to have a super flat, saggy chest, and I'm extremely proud with the mass I've been able to add to it. I'm not saying I have a huge chest, but I've definitely improved it a lot. So one of the biggest things that I'll do is when I'm starting my set is will almost arch my back a little bit, so the middle of my back is slightly off the bench. Be careful, you don't want to have too much, just like slightly. If you have too much, you know you're risking injury. But you really want to also imagine the back of your shoulder blades pinching together and almost squeezing your spine, and then arching the back slightly. That way it pushes your shoulders back, and you're using more of your chest than you are your front delts. And then when you go, it doesn't matter what you're looking at, but you literally want to imagine in your mind that you are connected to your chest. What you're looking at, your brain and your chest are literally one. That mind to muscle connection has to be there. And to me, that's what mind to muscle connection means. So I'm going, my elbows are parallel with the movement, shoulders pinched back, slight arch in my back. I'm exploding through the rep, squeezing at the top. My shoulders don't come back or don't move forward. And then this is one of the other biggest things. Very slow on your negative, on your way down, and you hold here. Your stretch is actually where a lot of people miss a lot of muscle growth on the reps. But when you're here and you feel your muscle fibers literally stretching, pulling apart, that's where a lot of the growth is. A lot of people just want to come out here, they're just going like this, just smoothing the weight. That's not doing anything for you. Sure, you could still grow your muscle like that, but are you getting everything out of the rep that you could be? Absolutely not. And you're risking injury. So, again, shoulders pinched back, slight arch in your back, elbows in line with your hands, push through, squeeze, and then slow on the way down. Stretch, explode, squeeze, slow on the way down. And that's a warm-up set for me, but I treat my warm-ups like the actual top sets, because again, if you can't do it with no weight or lighter weight, how could you expect to do it correctly with actual weight? This is the other big thing. When you're trying to grow your muscle, you're not going to grow your muscle by doing more weight. That will happen over time. But what's more important is actually doing correct form and even more than correct form, proper tempo. I'm telling you, a lot of people, you don't have the genetics of Branch Warren. You can't just go in there and just work your ass off and just be like, oh, my muscles are going to grow. Like, correct form, correct stretch, that is where you will see the most growth. I promise you. Okay, so I did a warm-up set with 100 pounds. I did my first air set, so no weight at all, imagining a few reps, okay? Then I did 100 pounds. Then I did 170, and each set I did about 6 to 8 reps. Just again, I'm not trying to burn myself out. Just want a little slight pump, get some blood in there, get the the joints lubed up. And then I did 230 just for 1 to 2 reps, just because I thought the jump from 170 to 270, 100-pound jump, that's, in my opinion, on chest, that's it's not like an insane jump, because if you think about it, that's just adding one plate. But I felt personally that I wanted to do one more, so I just threw on 230. I did a couple reps, just feeling out the weight. And so now I'm going to do 270. This is going to be my top set. So, again, I'm just going to, more than anything, I'm focusing on tempo, I'm focusing on the squeeze, and I'm focusing really on that stretch at the end. Let's go. Come on. So as you can see, after just one top set of doing that, my chest is already pumped up. So I actually forgot to even move the weight from 270 or from 230 to 270. So, you know, that just goes to show your form and the way you're doing the movement is more important than the weight that's actually on the bar. So I just kind of wanted to walk you guys like through just my thought process on what I do for chest day. But for the rest of my workouts, I'm not going to record it. I'm actually just going to focus on my lifts. And then I'll show you the difference between what I just showed you and then the pump I have at the end. All right, and this is what it looks like with a pump. End of my workout, not a bad lift. Strength was like, okay, nothing crazy today. But see, a little bit different. A little bit different than the beginning, right? So, you know, we're executing these properly. Will pump up your chest, I promise you. I do have a lot of food and water in my stomach as well, so the stomach usually looks a little bit leaner than this, but chest is definitely pumped.